testimony sworn after and the testimony which shall give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
You will be seated. And this is the full name spelled first and last for the record.
Good afternoon. My name is Tramar Dillard. First name spelled T-R-A-M-A-R. Last name spelled D-I-L-L-A-R-D. You may inquire?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Dillard. You've heard during the trial here, we've been talking about you being professionally known. Can you explain what that means?
Yes, I'm an artist, international artist. I've sold over 100 million records worldwide. I have a Diamond Award, which a lot of artists don't have. I'm fortunate to have. I'm a guy who loves fitness, so I'm well known for my fitness around the world since day one of my career. I've done the likes of WrestleMania. I've performed at events for Super Bowl. I've done the NBA. I've done the NFL. I've done things with Gold's Gym, and I perform around the world internationally.
And with all that performance, are you a little bit nervous here today?
I mean, yes, this is different than me being on stage.
I bet. And all of those performances, you were known as Flo Rida, is that
Yes.
correct? I'm going to do my best to call you Mr. Dillard, but I might, a couple of times call you Flo, right?
That's cool.
All right, so how long have you been in the music business?
I've been in the music business 16 years now.
Where are you from?
I'm from Miami, Florida. I'm from Carroll City.
Did you go to high school there?
Yes, I went to Miami, Carroll City Senior High School.
And what is Strong Arm Productions USA, Inc.?
Strong Arm Productions USA, Inc. is my management company.
And does that operate out of Miami as well?
Yes, it operates out of Miami.
What does that company do for you?
The company controls my day-to-day management.
And do you also represent other artists and work with other artists in conjunction with your music?
Yes, I've worked with a lot of artists.
And have you, in your experience by working with other artists, propelled them into fame and success in the music business?
Yes, I have. The likes of, I worked with Lady Gaga, like one of her first records. I worked with David Guetta on one of his first records. I worked with Kesha on one of her first records, and all of those artists have been successful with my likeness, being a part of their very first records worldwide.
And according to the official Billboard charts, we all heard of Billboard, you've had a number of top 10 hits, right?
Yes, I had multiple top 10 hits. One of the records in particular was Low, which made history. It was in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most selling records, as well as Right Round, which is a record featuring Kesha, where it made the Guinness Book of World Records while selling the most singles in the first week ever.
And that was all before 2014, right?
Yes, prior to 2014.
And after 2014, you also had a song known as My House, right?
Yes, a record.
Tell me about My House.
Oh yeah, My House was a record that I recorded, and that record right there was a global phenomenon. It was used in Super Bowl commercials, as well as that's one of the songs that I actually promoted the product that I love, which is Celsius, in the product. In the video, and that record right there made history as well.
Let's play a quick clip of that. I think we got like an 8-second, 10-second clip. Is that My House?
Yeah, I'm comfortable. I'll sing. I could perform better than I can talk.
All right, and then you also mentioned Low. Can you go ahead and just put a 10, 15-second clip of that, whatever you have there? And then I think you also mentioned Right Round, and that you said had an international impact to it?
Yes. This record, it featured Kesha, and it had a bit of nostalgia in it, so I'm pretty sure just about everybody will know this record.
Okay, let's hear a couple of seconds of that.
Over.
And then I understand in 2015, you have Good Feeling?
Yes.
That's something that, was that already out before your arrangement with Celsius, or was that afterwards?
I think that was, it might have been before.
Okay, let's hear a couple seconds of that one. Some impact also on some of the fitness community, going down for real.
Yes.
What was that impact in the fitness community?
Well, Good Feeling also had a very huge worldwide impact on the fitness community. And going down for real, it did as well. I had some NBA stars in the video. We wore like different jerseys and different things like that. It showed, you know, my athleticism as far as me playing basketball and things like to that nature.
All right, let's hear a couple of seconds of that one. And then during, I believe during your arrangement with Celsius, you already had additional albums that you input your Celsius product into, right? For example, like Ola.
Yes.
How did Ola integrate the Celsius product?
On Ola, a guy by the name of Maluma, he's an international artist as well. And as far as integrating the product and the video, I thought it would be amazing to show the lifestyle in which, you know, day to day, you know, people were drinking. And this was Celsius Heat. And going back to going down for real as well, that record, you know, one of the Miami Heat players were in there. So as far as, you know, me showing my likeness and making it make sense to have a Heat product, you know, I made sure that we had the Heat players in that video. But as far as the record with Maluma, this would be a way for me to get, as far as me being an international artist and me being in the area such as shooting this video out in Colombia, I would then expose myself to the Colombian audience where Celsius will get a chance to be exposed as well, and it would be organic. And
then lastly, you also integrated a Celsius product into your Greenlight video and Greenlight song, right?
Yes.
And tell me about that.
Yes. This was a video I shot with my boy Pitbull, who's also an international artist, and I also got a chance to do NASCAR. And in this video, me and Pitbull was to race. So you guys will see later. I did one of the NASCAR drivers by the name of what was his name? Blake. His name was Blake. He's a NASCAR driver.
Blake Cook?
Yeah, Blake Cook. Yeah. Thank you. And I wore a uniform that had all the Celsius products on there. And I thought in shooting this video with Pitbull, which was called Greenlight, if we were going to be racing, then I need to throw this outfit back on. So you'll see in the video where I'm promoting Celsius by wearing this logoed out racing suit.
Okay, and then the other song that I would like to play a couple of seconds of is the song Whistle.
We kind of let this guy because really at this point.
Overall.
That song was also one of the top 10 hits, right?
Yes, this was a top 10 hit as well. We actually shot this video in Mexico, and that showed people how fit I was because I had my shirt off. I stood on the mountain like I was the champ. So, you know, having that look, you know, a lot of people approached me about my likeness and, want to do certain things because they seen at that point how fit I was.
So can you just back up off the mic a little bit? I know you're used to being on really good, high-quality mics.
I want y'all to feel me.
Yes. Up here, we're going to need just step back just a little. Thank you. That's perfect. Okay, so let's move on to some other things. I think we talked a little bit about your success as a musician. Why did you decide to branch out into an endorsement or a branding type opportunity?
As far as taking advantage of a branding opportunity, I was inspired, by one of the great hip hop artists, 50 Cent. I seen what he had done with, if you guys are familiar with vitamin water. So I thought it would be something that, also would help me catapult into broaden my horizons by taking advantage of endorsing a product. 50 Cent was fit, I'm fit, and in approaching anything that represent my lifestyle, which is health, I truly believe that health is wealth and health has purpose. I thought I would, want to do some endorsing, but it would have to fall between the lines of something that represented me, my lifestyle, and what I believed in.
And was what you had in mind similar to what 50 Cent did, which was have an equity, a long-term stake in the success of an overall product?
Most definitely. I seen that 50, he had equity, royalties, and things of that nature, and I wanted to maximize my career as well.
What do you mean by equity?
Ongoing revenue, something that was generational wealth.
And that would include stock shares, for example?
As well as stock shares.
How did you get introduced to the Celsius product?
I got introduced to the Celsius product. I was out in LA doing a fitness video, and a guy that I've done a couple other deals with alongside of one of my day-to-day guys were telling me about this product called Celsius and that it was an energy drink. And while I'm out there in LA, they came out there, and this might have lasted over a week. They told me prior to me being out there, but it had been like a week. They were telling me, you need to try this, you need to try this. But I was so focused on completing this fitness DVD, and I was just happy with the results that I was getting by training hard every day. And on the last day of me training, they brought the product in the gym. I tasted it, and I was like, I think I could do something with this. Because as I said before, a lot of things that I touched for the first time and that I was passionate about, I made very successful. And in taking on this product, once again, reflecting off of what 50 Cent did with vitamin water, I wanted something that was parallel to my lifestyle. And I envisioned that this product Celsius could be, phenomenal as myself, and that's basically why I took on this product.
Who did you meet with from Celsius to try to work on a deal?
I met with D3M.
And did you meet with someone from actually Celsius, the company?
Yes, Jerry David.
And who was Jerry David?
Jerry David, very likable gentleman. He seemed like he definitely represented family because, me and him would have talks about, Christianity, and that was one big thing in me wanting to work with him because, he seemed very trustworthy.
Was he kind of the top dog at the company?
Yeah, the CEO of the company.
And did the deal that was proposed by you have both what you were looking for, the upfront money, as well as long-term shares and equity in the growth of the company?
Yes, this deal represented generational wealth. The fact that it had equity, that it had stock, that it had royalties, and that it had upfront money that would show, that they were interested in working with me.
Why was it important to you to have a long-term equity position in the company as well, and the potential to even increase that as the deal ultimately worked out?
Oh, because at this point I was very smart in understanding business from a point where, I missed out on the deal that I wanted that was with Uber. Early on they had offered me rides and different things like that, and I'm a guy who has a lot of flashy cars, so I didn't really pay attention to it, not knowing that since it was they were early in the game, I could have spoke to them about having some equity and seeing the results of the success they have today. I mean, at the point where I got a chance to do a deal with Celsius, I was like, I'm going to need some equity, I'm going to need some royalties, I'm going to need some stock, and I'm going to need some upfront money to secure, my future.
So all those aspects were important in what you intended to be part of the deal going forward.
Yes.
And you had also concluded, well, let me ask you, why was Celsius a good match for your lifestyle, your brand, your routines?
Celsius was a good match for my brand because of the fact that it represented a healthy lifestyle. Myself, I'm a guy who loves fitness. Like I said before, I believe that health is wealth. It's very important. You can't obtain certain things if you don't have your health. So I thought it would be a perfect match for myself.
So after the 2014 agreement was in place, what did you do to start promoting to brand Celsius?
As far as branding Celsius, I basically took it to every one of my shows. I took it to just about. I went to Miami Heat games where I would pull up in my Hummer and I would give out Celsius to people either going to the game or leaving the game. I took this out the country with me. As far as traveling, I made sure that my community. I have a youth football league with over 10,000 kids, so I exposed this to family and friends, and basically, brought my community into this.
Let's put up PL 49, which is already in evidence. And you also announced to the world that you had joined the Celsius team, right? By virtue of this Instagram.
Yes.
And tell me about your social media following. So your Instagram, Facebook, at that time Twitter was pretty popular too. Tell me about what kind of following you have.
Oh, major following. From Twitter with 5 million followers, over Facebook 16 million followers, etc. And I knew that with me using my likeness to promote Celsius, I knew this would be perfect in a way of branding.
So on this particular social media post, it basically shows, it says it's official, Flo Rida joins Team Celsius. What did it mean to you when it's referred to as team?
Oh, just like, with me approaching my record, doing my very first record deal, I signed to an independent label by the name of Po' Boy Records prior to me being distributed by Atlantic Records. And one thing about it, when you call someone team, for me it represents family. So when you see team on here, I believe that it was a family that would win together.
Did you say that would do what together?
Win together.
Okay, so let's put up 245. Did you begin right away starting to prepare photographs and marketing and advertising for the various Celsius products?
Yes, at the very beginning.
So let's look at one of these first ones here that I've got here. This is also in evidence 245. And can you describe to me what this is?
Oh, yes, this is me promoting Celsius. I had just finished doing completing my fitness DVD, and this is one of the pictures right here.
And up in the right-hand corner of that document, what is that?
Oh, that's Flo Rida.
Is that your logo?
That's my logo.
Okay. And which of the Celsius products are specifically depicted here?
Oh, the ready-to-drink product.
If you go to the second page, please, Andy. And this is a 2-page document. Were these various flavors that the ready-to-drink was available to customers?
Yes, these were all available to customers, all of these ready-to-drink products.
And at the bottom of the document, there's 3 columns, and it provides some information. Is there information provided about a single 12-ounce can?
Yes.
A case 12-ounce cans?
Yes.
And as well as a pallet, correct?
Yes.
Let's move to Exhibit 256. 256. That was 245. So I'm sorry.
Oh, hold on.
Thank you. So now we're looking at 256. Can you describe this?
Oh yes, this is me holding the Flo Fusion sticks.
And so, and this again is your logo in the top right?
Yes, my logo's in the top right.
And this was prepared similarly in order to market and sell to the customers your Flo Fusion powder.
Correct.
Sustained.
I
Want to rephrase?
What was this prepared for?
Oh yeah, this was prepared for me to promote the Flo Fusion product.
And if you look at the bottom sections, there's 2 flavors. Can you read to me what those 2 flavors are that are available?
The orange and the berry.
And the first column to the right, right after it shows the 2 flavors, what is the column heading?
Single packet.
And is it provide a UPC? What is provided next to the words UPC to the right of that?
QR numbers.
Okay. And does this document reflect a specific UPC for both the single packets as well as the boxes and the cases?
Yes, it does.
I'd like to offer an evidence exhibit 256.
Is there an objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, exhibit 256 is an evidence.
Okay, let's move on to a couple of questions about these documents. These products, and looking at them, what is your understanding of what is meant by the term co-branded?
Oh, co-branding, using my likeness to help promote products, such as, Celsius, the Flo Fusion, and any product going forth that was Celsius.
And you heard Ms. Placencia say that co-branding is when you have 2 brands and you put them together. Is that what happened here in this case?
Yes.
And that happened with respect to the ready drink as well as the Flo Fusion?
Correct.
What products did that happen with?
Oh yeah, that happened with the Celsius overall, Celsius Heat, and the Flo Fusion.
What about ready to drink? Would you include all
Yes.
the ready to drink?
When I say Celsius, I meant ready to drink.
What is required about your actual name to go on packaging in order to go brand? Is there such a requirement?
That if my brand goes on the product, it has to represent my lifestyle.
And that's what makes co-branding to you?
Yes.
It's not what's on the packaging itself?
No.
All right, so looking at all these products, which of these products do you consider to be co-branded?
I consider all the products to be co-branded.
All right, now during 2014, you did some heavy marketing for Celsius products, the co-branded as you've described, right?
Yes.
So let's look at Defendant 245. And it'll be the 3rd page of the exhibit. This is also in evidence. Can you describe for me what is depicted on this Celsius marketing summary? Are you on
It's showing
page?
all the Flo Fusion and
Oh, no, sorry, this page.
I'm sorry, what exhibit was that again?
It's Defendant 245. It should say Flo Fusion marketing.
Objection, Your Honor. These documents speak for themselves.
All right, this is exhibit 245. Is it plaintiff or defense exhibit?
Defense.
Defense exhibit 245, so it's in evidence, correct? All right, they can show it. Objections overruled.
Mr. Dillard, what items, what specific marketing is reflected on the 3rd page of this exhibit 245?
It's depicted as me at NASCAR with Blake Cook, me in GNC. Yes.
What do you recall about Pandora ads relating to both Celsius Ready to Drink, Celsius generally, and Flo Fusion?
Oh yeah, I recall doing
Overruled.
ads for Celsius and promoting the product. The fact that my music is played all over Pandora, it made it very easy for me to use my likeness to promote Celsius.
Okay, let's flip forward to the page that says Flo Rida social media. And we're just going to go over a few examples to save time, because if we go through all of this, it would be way too time consuming. But this is, I'd like to focus on this particular page. What type of social media account did Celsius document with respect to up to the end of October of 2014, which is shown on this document?
Excuse me, can you repeat?
Yeah, what did Celsius document as far as the number of posts that you made up to the end of October?
I don't recall them documenting anything.
If you look at
Oh, you
that,
said-
there's a
okay.
count on there, yeah.
Oh yeah, it says 18 posts to the end of October 27, reaching 27 million on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
What does that mean when you say 20, when it says 20, reaching 27 million? What is that a reach in
Oh yeah,
social media?
that's having an impact on 27 million people.
All right, and let's go to the next page. This at the top says Celsius ready to drink. What did Celsius document about the 6 posts and the reach?
13 million people reached.
If you go to the next page and we talk Celsius Flow Fusion, what did Celsius document about the 12 posts up to that time frame?
14 million people reached.
During this time up to October 2014, you also did interviews, correct?
Yes.
Overall.
If you would go to a few more pages in, what is reflected as far as an interview that you did in June of 2014?
Oh yes, this was doing an interview with Mike and Mike. Yeah, this is doing the NBA Finals.
What network was that on?
ESPN.
So we could go on and on, but in the interest of time, I'm going to move on to the next entry. Okay, so let's look at PL 188. Do you recognize this tweet?
Yes, this is me performing in Miami Beach.
And what do you mention about Celsius in this?
That I drink it every time before I go out and perform my shows.
Was that your course in practice?
Yes, up to this day, it's on my rider. If you guys are not familiar with a rider is, it's things that I ask for in particular to have inside my dressing room every time that I perform. So Celsius is always there.
So I'd like to offer 188 in evidence, please.
Any objection?
No objection, no.
All right. This is Plaintiff Exhibit 188, correct?
Yes, it is, sir. Thank you.
All right. That is in evidence.
Okay, let's look at Exhibit 220, PL 223. Do you recognize this tweet?
Yes, this is Russell Simmons and Kamora Lee.
Why did you?
Simmons.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Russell Simmons and Kamora Lee Simmons, and this is congratulating Russell Simmons on joining the Celsius family. I initially met Russell, as you heard earlier, at a Revolt conference, and aside from that, I had a big yacht across the street from the hotel, and the likes of Russell Simmons was there, as well as one of the guys from Pepsi were on the boat. And initially, the first words that Russell said to me, I thought I was going to hear him say something about music, him being a guy that was one of the biggest guys, moguls in music, to the point where he's helped start hip-hop with so many different people. And
Hang on. Hang on a second. Any response?
I literally just was asking about this, but I think he's talking about what Russell Simmons and him discussed.
right. And on that
All
yacht.
right, hang on. We'll sustain the objection unless
Okay.
is this
I'm
for?
going to ask it a different way.
Okay.
Okay. So you had this yacht party, we're gonna continue to talk about that. Did you discuss with just the general topic of Celsius with Russell Simmons?
Yes, he initially said,
Not yet. What did you say to Russell Simmons?
I said nothing to Russell. The first thing Russell said to me was,
Objection, hearsay.
Unfortunately, because Russell's not here, we can't put that in, but I can put in what you said to Russell. What did you discuss with him? Did you discuss Celsius?
oh yes, I discussed Celsius with Russell.
What did you talk about with Russell, about Celsius?
I talked to him about it being a product that represented my lifestyle and both of our lifestyles, which was healthy.
And why did you welcome him to the family in this tweet a few months later?
Oh, I welcomed him to the family because they actually, he got Kamora's husband to put money into the company.
And who's Kimora again?
That's his ex-wife.
And do you know whether or not Mr. Russell put money into the company?
From my knowledge, his Kamora's husband put money into the company.
All right, and when you were on this yacht also, was Mr. David there from Celsius?
Yes.
What kind of, with respect to what you did with Celsius, were you drinking Celsius? Were you talking Celsius on the yacht?
Yes, everyone. When you get on the boat, it had a backdrop that had Celsius on the backdrop, so different people would take pictures, and it had Celsius on the backdrop.
I'd like to offer 223 in evidence.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, and this is Plaintiff Exhibit 223, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that's in evidence?
Okay, let's go to PL 58, please. Can you tell me what is depicted on PL 58?
Yes, this is me with Jerry David, Roxy Diaz, and a couple of more people, and this is a night out in LA.
And this references All Deaf Comedy Live. Did that anything to do with Russell Simmons?
Yes, this was an invite from Russell Simmons, and I went out there and we were promoting the Celsius product.
All right, again, I promise I'm not going to do too many of these, so let's go to PL 18, which is still a 2015. And by the way, PL 58 was already in evidence. All right, so let's talk briefly about you and Mr. Schwarzenegger here. What's going on with this social media post?
Oh man, you know, Mr. Schwarzenegger is an icon in fitness, and I'm actually taking the picture with him, helping promote Celsius. You see me with the Celsius hat on, and we're at a Gold's Gym event where they're celebrating the 50th anniversary with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
All right, and so let's talk just a couple minutes about the My House video. How did you come to incorporate the Celsius product into your music video?
Well, I thought that, you know, this video and song represented my house, so I wanted to interpret, you know, to the fans around the world, worldwide, that in my house you're going to find everything, and one thing in particular, you're going to get a chance to understand, you know, why I'm so healthy, and you know what type of things happens in my house, and one thing in particular, which nobody actually told me to do. I fought for this myself. I was just like, I told my director that we need to make a space for Celsius to get promoted, because I know this record was going to be a huge record, and like I thought, you know, this has hundreds of millions of views.
Do you know now how many views it's had?
I think it's like maybe 300, 400, 500 million views.
What kind of exposure did that video get and the song get in the various arenas that involve fitness?
Oh man.
Calls for speculation.
If you know.
Oh yes.
Yeah, all right, objections overruled.
Oh yeah. NBA games, football games, WrestleMania, all of the gyms, you know, from Gold's Gym to you name it, you know, everyone basically works out to my music, so it gained tremendous exposure.
Okay, and let's talk about the NACS. Did you attend the NACS conference to promote Celsius?
Yes, I did.
And what is the NACS? Oh, let's put up PL 60 while we talk about this. What is the NACS?
It's the NACS where, different convenience stores come in. This was the event where I signed autographs, took pictures with everyone, and, me being, an international superstar, a lot of people from the event were coming over and, trying to discuss different other things for me to get in with them as far as like businesses and things like that.
What opportunity did this give you to talk to retailers directly about Celsius and your belief in the Celsius product?
Oh, this gave me an opportunity to speak to one in particular, and it was 7-Eleven, and I got a chance to just let them see what my lifestyle was about, what this product, meant to me, and in particular, I actually did a show where I performed for 7-Eleven, and that, like was stated earlier, and they loved the performance so much that they wanted to put Celsius inside.
And you did many other promotions in 2015 and 2016 for Celsius, right?
Yes.
How many other
overall.
promotions did you do for Celsius in 2015 and 2016? Can you even count?
No, I can't count.
All right. Let's talk just briefly about promotions you did at gyms, like particular gyms. Can you recall some of the gyms that you did promotions at?
Yes, I did Gold's Gym. I did
24.
U-Fit, and it was different ones.
And what is this exhibit 220 PL224 that we put up?
This is me at a gym called U-Fit, and I was taking pictures with the people that came in and worked out, and they were getting a chance to experience the Celsius product.
And what opportunity do these visits to the gym allow you to talk about Celsius and your belief in the product?
Or allow me to, tell everyone, that Celsius was a great product. It represented me and it was parallel to my healthy lifestyle.
Your Honor, I'd like to offer a PL224 in evidence, please.
No, nothing else.
All right, do you have an exhibit number for that?
PL224.
Yeah, I need an exhibit number though for, is that this, I'm sorry, this is plaintiff, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, plaintiff.
That's okay.
All righty. Gotcha, okay. That's, all right, that's an evidence?
All right, so we could go to PL64. So let's talk about, now we're getting to the beginning of 2016. Do you recall that there were some discussions about extending the relationship between yourself and Celsius?
Yes.
Okay, so let's look at this particular press release, and let's start with blowing up the title of this document. Can you read what the title of this press release is?
Yes, it says Celsius renews partnership with multi-platinum recording artist Flo Rida.
Do you agree with that description that your partnership with Celsius was renewed?
Yes.
And in the beginning of the second paragraph, can you highlight that paragraph or blow up that paragraph? Can you read the first sentence of that paragraph, please, out loud?
Yes. This continues Celsius' highly successful worldwide licensing and endorsement agreement with Flo Rida, which began in March of 2014.
Do you agree with that description?
Yes.
What was your intention when you entered into the 2016 agreement about your relationship and contracts with Celsius?
That, I would do my part in, promoting this product worldwide and making sure that, I planted the correct seed for it to be for it to be successful, and I expected Celsius to do their part, which didn't happen.
What was your intention about extending the agreement?
My intentions was to, continue to have royalties, equity, and stock.
And what was your intention with respect to the benchmarks that were in the 2014 agreement? Did you expect those to be extended?
Oh, I expected to have, like I said, the royalties, the stock and equity.
The ones from the 2014 agreement to carry forward?
Yes.
Objection, leave,
Yes.
Your Honor.
Are you referencing the ones?
Yes.
Okay, hang on, objection sustained, rephrase. I think she's rephrasing before I roll, but that's
I'm
fine. So
sorry.
just so the record's clear, I sustained the objection. You've now rephrased your question. You can answer.
Yes. What was your intention about whether or not those benchmarks that we talked about, the 250,000 shares and the 1 million in co-branded revenue, about extending those into the future?
Oh, yeah, to have them to be extended.
All right, so let's talk about what, during that time of the negotiations, what, was there other offers that were being made to you, competing offers from other companies?
Yes. I had offers, out in, I think it was out in, it might have been Asia. I had offers from different brands at that time.
And what did you do with respect to those offers?
With respect, a lot of them didn't represent a healthy lifestyle, so I didn't want to tank, what I already started, and the fact that, in doing so, it would just not. I didn't think the optics would be right, for what my fans believed in me.
What did you do in terms of performing and continuing to promote Celsius while the extension was being negotiated?
Or while the extension was being negotiated, I took this product with me, to Asia. Took this product with me to Dubai. All of my shows, all of my performances, I continued to keep it there.
Can you put up PO 23, please? If you could blow up the body, first page first. And then also pull the date also.
And might I say something?
Yeah, let me just
Okay.
do this really quick. You can see on March 29th, 2016, this is referencing that you posted a tweet, and it's got it attached. Can we go ahead and go to the next page now? So is this your tweet posted there?
Yes.
And March 29th, 2016, that would have been right in this time that you were negotiating with Celsius for the extension, right?
Correct.
All right, so let's talk about the promotions that went on now at the end, going into 2016 and now into 2017. Was there a new product that was being launched that you were asked to get involved with branding?
Yes, it was a product called Celsius Heat. This was inspired by the fact that I, growing up in Miami, I have a condo that's right across from the Heat Arena, and I recall just being on the phone with a lady by Vanessa, and we was just fishing around with names, and she came up with, she was like, Heat, this would be a product that represented, people that go to the gym. It would be a bigger product, bigger than the small ready-to-drink one, and that, we would name it Heat. It would be something that get everyone who's extreme workout people to work hard.
Okay, can you put up PL 35? And then go to the second page. Do you recognize what's up there?
Yes, this is a billboard that represents the Celsius Heat product. And in my career, everyone agreed that I was a proven artist, and that, at this point, I was proven that anything I touch would basically be successful.
Okay, and can you go to PL 29, please? And that's 3 pages. Can you scroll through it? Do you recognize the attire you're wearing?
Yes, this is Celsius Heat.
And where were you when this was, when you were promoting Celsius Heat?
I was at a marathon, and this was an event that honored one of the Great Lake sheikhs from Dubai, and one of my friends from Dubai, who actually is one of his father and him is like one of the founding fathers who helped build Dubai, and I was at that event promoting Celsius Heat.
Did you have an opportunity to speak to individuals from the Dubai area regarding Celsius Heat?
Yes, I did. I got a chance to actually go on stage and perform my record, My House.
And did you do it with your Celsius
Yes,
attire?
that's the tie I had on.
All right, and then let's, let me see if that's evidence. Okay. Can you go to PL 129? Do you recognize this?
Yes, this is
Blow up the shirt?
this is a proven Celsius Heat T-shirt.
What did you do with these shirts?
I took these shirts to my shows and gave them out, as well as I took them to like next to the Heat Arena. You know, the fact that it said Heat after the games. Like I said, I gave out the ready to drink, the Celsius Heat, as well as the ready to drink products, as well as these T-shirts to fans.
And on the bottom, first of all, it's your face, right?
Yes.
And then underneath that, on the left, under the word proven, what is that?
I don't know if it's showing.
Right under the word, right under proven.
Oh, Flo Rida.
And to the right of that, what are the wording?
Celsius Heat.
Do you consider these promotions to be co-branded?
Yes.
All right, and you continue doing promotions into 2018, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go to, I'm trying to cut this short. Let's do two. PL 231. Tell me about this one.
Oh, yes, that's an interesting day. We actually took my Hummer out there to the Tough Mudder. This is the Tough Mudder event where I promoted Celsius Heat, and I got involved. I worked out and everything like that, and just got a chance to,
Is that actually you?
yeah, that's me. I'm looking at it, yeah. So
And this is part of a Facebook post, right?
yes.
I'd like to offer this in evidence, please. This is PL 231.
Any objection?
No objection.
All right, that's in evidence.
And then let's put up PL 225. And what is this?
Oh, yeah, this is me. This is a picture of me drinking Celsius.
And
In
is
the
this
gym.
on your Twitter page?
Yeah, this is on my Twitter page.
What is Transformation Tuesday?
Transformation Tuesday is transforming your body, to with fitness.
And is that a Celsius ready to drink in your hand then?
Yes, that's a Celsius ready to drink.
I'd like to offer PL 225 in evidence, please.
No objection.
All right, 225 is in evidence.
At any point in time, did you ever agree during the contracts that Celsius could remove Flow Fusion from the product packaging?
I never agreed.
Okay, let's talk to you about royalties for a couple of minutes. What were you accustomed to in the music business with respect to the length of time that royalties would run?
Oh,
Your Honor, relevancy? What is this customary royalty?
Yeah, I'm going to overrule the objection. I'm going to allow a little bit of leeway here. You
You can
may.
answer.
oh, that royalties were ongoing; they were never ending.
And what was your expectation when you entered into the agreement with Celsius with respect to royalties?
With respect to royalties, this would be, never ending and ongoing royalties.
Is that also what you intended?
Yes.
What happened to your music integrations in your videos that you put in My House and Ola and Greenlight? What happened to those integrations now? What's the current state of them?
Oh, you can go on social media, go to the internet, and you'll see, these products still exist in my videos, and their plan continues. I mean, they're going to be playing forever.
Are you aware of a lasting impact for Celsius as Flo's drink?
Most definitely, as well as, you know, there's other big names such as Doja Cat, who calls Celsius Flo's drink. You know, they depict it as Flo's drink in particular.
Has your influence on the Celsius brand been recognized by Celsius board members publicly?
Yes.
Do you know a shark by the name of Kevin Harrington?
Yeah, Kevin Harrington. He actually is one of the guys who talked heavily about me coming in and using my likeness to help Celsius.
All right, is this a board member for Celsius?
Yes, it is.
And objections overruled.
Yeah, Kevin Harrington is a guy who definitely talks about me coming in and using my likeness to help promote Celsius.
Let's shift topics a little bit here. During the contracts, from time to time, you would speak to Jerry David, right?
Yes.
What did Jerry David tell you about how the Flo Fusion sales were going?
Oh, yeah, that they weren't doing well.
Were you ever provided any data, or reports, or actual statistics about sales or revenues of Celsius products?
I never was given any data, anything.
Why didn't you ask for any paperwork from Jerry David or from Celsius?
I never asked for any paperwork from Jerry David because I trusted him like family.
Looking back on it now, do you feel misled?
I definitely feel misled
Why?
because I trusted him like family, and you know, just speaking with him, you know, he seemed like a guy that, you know, had my best interests.
And what have you learned now that makes you believe that what you were told then wasn't accurate?
The fact that now, you know, as far as, you know, my royalties and things of that nature are not being recognized at this point.
Okay, and let's shift topics again because I'm getting close to my end here. You received stock at the beginning of the contract in 2014 up front, right?
Yes.
And then in 2016 you also received some stock, right?
Yes.
And when did you first sell any of your stock?
Well, the first time I sold any of my stock, it was during the pandemic, you know, and this time I got a chance to really check out my business. And as I stated earlier, I was told that the product, you know, wasn't doing well. And when I got a chance to look for myself through my day-to-day guide, I got a chance to see that it was doing well. I mean, that it was, that it was actually doing well. And I'm a guy who, I have 7 sisters. I'm an only boy. I have well over 30 nieces and nephews. You know, we wasn't doing shows at that time. I have my band who expect to get paid, and I didn't want to lose that relationship, so I took out some stock, not all of it.
And that was the first time you sold stock was during the pandemic,
Yes.
2020?
Yes, and I didn't intend to sell any of it.
Did you ever sell any of your Celsius stock between 2014 and when you sold it during the pandemic in 2020?
No.
And you still hold Celsius shares now, don't you?
Yes.
All right, so this contract entitles you to a payday. Did you get your payday?
I did not get my payday.
So why did you file this lawsuit?
I filed this lawsuit because of the fact that, you know, I did everything as far as doing my part. And, you know, with all due respect, you know, the parties that be, you know, I trusted them and they did not do their part. And that's why I'm here today.
Thank you. One moment. And nothing further.
All right, cross-examination? Yes. Okay. Are you on? Or, you know what? Whenever I switch over, I have to. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. It's just so I know what's objected to.
All right. Are all the screens working now? Okay. You may inquire.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Dillard.
Good afternoon.
My name is Suzanne Busser. I represent Celsius Holdings.
Hi, Suzanne.
Under, you spoke about the 2014 agreement, correct?
Yes.
You didn't sign the 2014 agreement, did you?
No.
Mr. Reggie Mathis signed it on your behalf?
Yes.
And you also spoke about the 2016 agreement, correct?
Yes.
You also did not sign that agreement?
I think I had power attorney through Reggie.
So Reggie Mathis signed
Yes.
on your behalf, correct?
I think so, yeah.
Isn't it true that Celsius paid you a $100,000 endorsement fee under the 2014 agreement?
Yes, I think so.
And isn't it true that Celsius paid you $200,000 in guaranteed royalties under that agreement?
I'm not sure.
Is there anything that might refresh your recollection?
Not really, because of the fact that, Reggie Mathis would actually look over the contract.
Okay. Do you remember giving testimony under oath in this case by answers interrogatory dated August 11, 2022?
Possibly.
1 second.
Okay, thanks.
Yes. Thank you.
Actually, you're supposed to ask me that.
Sorry.
You may approach. All right.
So I'll represent to you that these are the, I'm sorry, 1 second. My apologies, I used the wrong exhibit.
Suzanne, do you want to just show me 2014 and go to that page?
No, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
You may approach.
My apologies.
Okay.
Let me sit next to you. I can't see up there. No. Okay. All right.
Can I approach it?
You don't have to ask.
That's okay.
So I represent to you that these are the responses to the first set of interrogatories directed at the plaintiffs.
Okay.
One moment again, I apologize. I'm at the mic. Under the 2016 agreement, isn't it true that Celsius issued 250,000 restricted shares of common stock as an endorsement fee?
I think so.
And of that 250,000 restricted shares, you received 72.5%, is that correct?
I don't recall in detail.
Okay. Can we put up the 2016 agreement, please? And this is Plaintiff's Exhibit 2, which has already been admitted into evidence. Could you please go to section 5.1? Did you see the document on the screen? This is the 2016 agreement that we've been discussing.
Okay.
And section 5.1 talks about the endorsement fee, is that right?
Okay.
And subsection B says Flo Rida shall receive 72.5% of the aforementioned shares for a grand total of 181,250 shares upon the signing and execution of this agreement, correct?
Yes, I see that.
Okay, so of the 250,000 restricted shares, you received 72.5%, correct?
That's what it says.
Now, for all of the pictures that your attorney put up for you, and I
Yes.
won't go through all of them for time purposes, those were during the time that you were a brand ambassador for Celsius, correct?
Yes.
And you were paid as a brand ambassador for Celsius?
Yes.
And you also talked about your, if I remember correctly, you testified earlier that your understanding of royalties in your business, the music industry, was that there were ongoing royalties. Is that correct?
Correct.
And those ongoing royalties are for your music, correct?
Yes, but in
So it's music that you
Hold on,
produce.
he hasn't finished. Objections,
But-
cutting off the witness.
All right, let me ask you, were you finished with your answer?
yes.
Okay.
Well, as far as royalties, my impression of royalties, whether it's music or anything, is ongoing.
So with your music, your impression is that it's ongoing,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
And that is for music that you produce or write or you sing, correct?
It's music that I use my likeness.
Is that music that you own
It's music that I get a percentage of.
because you own the music?
Yes, as well.
Okay. One moment.
Let's do this. We're going to go ahead and take a 10-minute break. It's a good time for a read. We've been going for a little over an hour, so we'll take a 10-minute break. We'll come back and we'll finish up.
Okay, so.
I'm sorry, everyone can be seated. All right. Ms. Fisher, you may have to go ahead and proceed.
Mr. Dillard, before the break, we were talking about the royalties, and you stated that the ongoing royalties for your music industry is for the music that you own. Is that right?
Yes, or whatever music has my likeness.
Because it's something that you produced or you wrote, correct?
Yes. Yes.
And you don't own Celsius's product, correct?
As far as royalties and everything, yeah.
So you own Celsius's product?
That's my thought process is that, as far as, having royalties, having equity, having stock.
I understand, so you might have stock, but do you own Celsius's product? You don't own that product, correct?
I mean, I owned it with my likeness. The world, and different people, such as I said earlier, Doja Cat, that's it, they would say I own it.
as a brand ambassador?
Yes, as a brand ambassador.
How many shares of stock of Celsius do you currently own?
I'm not sure right off top.
Do you know if those shares of stock are in your own name or in your Strong Arm Production Company name?
I'll have to look in detail.
So you don't know?
I don't know right off.
And you sold stock in 2020, is that right?
During the pandemic,
Right. Do you know if it was 2020?
I think
It could have been 2021?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Have you only sold stock on one occasion? Sold Celsius stock on one occasion?
During the pandemic,
So you haven't sold any stock after that pandemic sale, correct?
I might have sold a little.
Okay. Do you know how much you sold?
I don't know.
And then I know we talked about you being a brand ambassador, correct?
Yes,
And you got paid to be a brand ambassador by Celsius, correct?
yes,
And those duties as brand ambassador include putting the product in the My House video, right?
no, it didn't. I did that on my own.
You did that on your own.
Yes,
Okay. Do your duties as brand ambassador include attending the NACS?
that was, I think, one of them. Yeah,
And your duties also include attending the NASCAR event that you testified about?
yeah, that one. Yeah,
And your duties also, as brand ambassador also include attending that Tough Mudder event that you testified about, right?
yes. But the things that went on, as far as the extra things that I did, you know, like bringing my vehicles that I put, that Celsius had nothing to do with, you know, me putting Celsius on my vehicles and things like that.
Those were
Didn't
your
have-
choices,
Yes.
right?
In regards to me, you know, thinking this thing throughout, you know, as something ongoing and for the long run of things.
Right, choices that you made to do?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Dillard.
Thank you.
All right, any redirect?
I don't have any redirect. Thank you, Mr. Dillard.
All right, hang on. Members of the jury, any questions for the witness?
No, you're fine.
Any questions? None? Go. Show of hands. Then no. All right, no questions. All right, you can go and have a seat. Plaintiff, call your next witness.
Plaintiff's call Alex Acosta.
Yes, he is.